Good evening, racing fans. Welcome to racing action from Grand River Raceway for this Wednesday evening. Our first dash will go to post in approximately 20 minutes. The track condition, well, let's take a look. It looks fast. The announcing, slow. Overcast clouds, a little cooler today, 18 degrees Celsius. Let's get a look at the changes. Note race number one, no changes. No changes, race number one. Race number two will go as programmed. Race number three, Jazzville, changing flip-flops to aluminum shoes up front. Race number four, I'd imagine, driver to be announced. Race number five, no changes. Race number six, number four, Woodmere Perfetto is scratch. Scratch number four, Woodmere Perfetto. Race number seven, number four, Gentrify, driver to be announced. Race number eight, no changes. And just note, back in that fourth race, we now have the driver on number four. I'd imagine it'll be Daryl Thiessen. Race 4, I'd imagine Daryl Thiessen. And back to where we were. Ninth race, no changes. No changes, race number 9. Once again, reviewing races 1 and 2. Race 1, no changes. Race number 2, no changes. And once again, note in race number 4, I'd imagine Daryl Thiessen. 17 minutes to post time, and time to welcome in our co-host and handicapping expert, our London Bureau Chief, Sugar. How are you doing?
There we go. There's that glitch, folks, on my end. A little slow starting out tonight. Maybe a little more coffee here. 16 minutes to post. Gary, things are well in London. A little cooler, but I don't mind. I'm a fall type person.
I think I know why you got off to a rocky start, because you were hoping to get some pie this afternoon, but David had to roll right on by because he told me the Highbury exit was closed. And, well, but did you see the picture I sent you? I sent you a picture.
Not yet there, no. But I bet it's a beauty.
It's a picture of me with the pie. So, hey, listen, just I could be busy for a race or two. You know, we've talked about doing this before. Maybe you could call the first or second race from your end, and I'll just eat some pie and watch and enjoy the races.
You know what? If you ever get another one of those 3 or 4 horse races where you need a hand from London, I can pinch hit for a race. But yeah, Dave up from Michigan. I got texting him this afternoon, and I got a little worried. So I had to call, and he said, "You know what? I just went by." Yeah, indeed, the Highbury exit off the 401 coming into London was closed. So he just kept on trucking for Laura, and. Always great catching up with Dave, though, and great to see he's on track to watch his horses race this evening in Elora.
You know, and I'm just pulling it up right now. I'm looking ahead to the 6th race to see, did I take his horse on top, and thank God I did. It would be kind of bad of me, a guy delivers you a pie and you didn't take his horse to win.
I've got him pegged in there. I've got him pegged in the 4th race as a part of the Pick 5 ticket idea.
Yeah, well, maybe you could put that all together, and it could be a little combo, a pi r squared.
That sounds like a Gary Guy-ism.
Listen, it's a good car to get a look at this evening. I think it should be fun. The track, it's a little cooler today, you know, but that's fine. I mean, I got a little sick.
That could change things up, you know. Some horses don't like the heat. Some horses will actually race better in the winter versus the summer. I've been told by a lot of trainers some horses that develop allergies would have a much better time of it racing in cooler weather. So look for a bit of form changes maybe on a few horses tonight.
Well, we'll see if that comes to fruition. And you know what? We're going to talk about that pick five at about 7 minutes to post time. We'll see if we can nail down some tickets. Actually, I've had of the
Perfect.
last pick fives, I've gotten 2 out of the last 3. So we'll try to keep it going.
Yes. You're rolling.
Rolling. Talk to you in a few.
Right.
Are you dreaming of a career with horses? The Ontario Equine Education and Employment Program is here to help. If you're an Ontario resident, you can take our free course and turn your passion into a profession. And employers can register for the program and receive wage subsidies, 50% for up to 18 weeks, or a maximum of $5,000. It's a win-win for job seekers and businesses alike. Ready to take the reins? Visit OntarioEquineEducation.com today and start your journey in the equine industry.
I'm Natasha Day. I train and drive harness racing horses at London, Ontario. These are my main products that I use in my racehorse barn that are all Omega Alpha, the Biotic 8, the Immune Plus, the Anti-Flam, which is great for the horses after they've had a hard day racing. The Biotic 8, I swear by it. Get all the dapples out, gets the old coat out, gets everything pumping and moving and makes the shine really come out.
Here we are. We are back, and we are set to look at what we call the Pick Five ticket ideas. We've got a $5,000 guaranteed pool, a Pick Five play right up front, covering races 1 through 5. It's the one and only Pick Five opportunity this evening at Grand River Raceway, as with 9 races featured. The Pick Five play race 1, and then Pick Fours starting up in races 2 and 6 to cover this card. Of course, we've got the non-jackpot high five plays, races 5 and 9. 9 would be the finale, of course. So without further ado, let's bring up some Pick Five ticket ideas, beginning here in race number 1. Myself, Gary Guy, Conley Ecclestone, doing our best to come on through on these multi-leg wagers. Opening leg of the Pick Five, I'm using one, Dancing in the Dark. I really like that gate push from post 8 with the answer on board there last time out to sit up close and finish third at a big price. This horse, a 2-year-old son of Dancing Lou, this horse was ready to go back in June. Something went amiss, or they just wanted to spend a little more time with some tinkering. Took the whole month of July off, but he's come back well now. Dancing in the Dark on the rail with the answer. I'm pegging as a player, as well as number 2, Flame and My, trying to make it back-to-back. Dean Nixon training, Austin Sorey on board. Liking Austin Sorey's lineup this evening, by the way. 7 outside. I'm going to go to Get in Line, Daryl Thiessen, with a catch driving assignment. Wouldn't mind seeing a little more speed from that one. Maybe Daryl can find some there from the outside gate with 7. Get in Line at a big price. Inside, race 2, Stonebridge Alien, Snowport, the gray. He's been coming around lately. Smoothie's Delight, though, my top selection in there. Very sharp winning efforts in each of the latest 2 for Smoothie's Delight. Damian McClellan on a good run with that one. Damian, again, a pretty good lineup this evening at the river. He's got Convoy 22 later on. Third race, we're using 2, D8 Temptation, as well as 5, Santa Fe's Appetite. It's a possibility for a Jody Cullen exactor in there. Team Cullen with the horses in to go this evening. Travis Cullen in the sulky as well. Fourth race, we're on the 1, 5, and 6. So Lotto Max, Convoy 22. We mentioned to Gary, we're using Dave from Michigan, his horse Clint's Vet this week. He traveled first up for a long ways last time out, looking for a trip tonight likely. Austin Sorey with 5. Clint's Vet is going to be the price player in there. And the fifth race, we're using 1, Country Grace. And then on the outside, Smiles for Miles, Sammy Filion on board for Chantel Mitchell. I'm in to go for $21.60 on my 20-cent ticket idea for this early Pick Five at the river. Again, a $5,000 guaranteed pool, folks. Gary Guy, what do you have for us, Gary?
Well, you know I spent less, because that's just how I rock. And look at that, $9.60. And I'm stuck on that number. Flamin' My and Dancing in the Dark. I didn't go to the outside with Get in Line. That could get me out of line after this first race. But, well, I took the inside couple. The second race, I took 2 of your 3 and left out Snowport because, you know what? Snowport, I still need to see more finish and is 0 for the win column. So I feel okay with leaving that one out. Of course, Travis Cullen, Ashley Lenvoy, good connections. But just I'll take the 3 and the 1 and leave one of them out. And the third race, we're together. Same idea, 5 and 2. So let's just turn the page. And in the fourth race, I took 2 of yours, your top 2, and left out your third one, Clint's Vet. And sorry, Tim, but you can't have the pie back. I already ate it. Well, I didn't actually already eat it, but the pie is staying here. And look, Clint's Vet definitely is one that could be a factor. I've seen this one come up with some nice efforts. It's a little bit inconsistent, but I think that Convoy 22 and Lotto Max, they're going to be tough for Clint's Vet to beat both of them. Mm-hmm. That's why I felt comfortable with just those 2. And then in the fifth race, how about Smiles for Miles, top dealer, and also on the inside, Country Grace. So I took your 8 on top. We both have the same top one, but I went with both top dealer and Connor B, whereas you went with Country Grace. I took the 5 and 3.
No rail, hey, for Ketros. That horse is a pretty good check getter. Be interesting to see where he's going to sit in there, Gary, from that rail spot.
Yeah, well, you know, George's horse has been racing better of late, so it is kind of tough of me to
Yep.
leave this one out. Four top three finishes in the last five starts, and got away well last time out as well. Only missed by half a length, so Country Grace is one that maybe that if I make it that far, you know, most of the time I'm not that far anyways. It really
We all
doesn't
got to
matter.
make it that far. Let's go. Let's all make it to the fifth and final leg and have something to cheer for. One more ticket idea. Friend of the show, Conley Ecclestone. Yes, indeed. I figured he'd have a single. Is in race number 4. He's on that Convoy 22. So Conley, the opening leg, 1, 2, and 3. Inside 3 are all taking some action here. Conley goes deepest of all in race number 2. It's 2, 3, 4, and 6. Third race for Conley, 2 and 5 are going to be on lots of tickets in that middle leg of the pick 5 play. DA Temptation, Santa Fe's Appetite, and the Convoy 22 post 6. It's been very sharp, first and second in many of his races throughout the program lines. Banking $40,000 plus already this season. And again, he continues to be very sharp. He's going to be the single for Conley in race 4. Fifth and final leg for Conley on the end of the pick 5. He's on 3, 5, and 8. So he's on the same page as Gary Guy
Yeah,
for that final leg of the pick 5 play. $14.40 if you're in to go to play along with Conley. We got this $5,000 guaranteed pool, pick 5 play, starting things up. Again, it's the one and only pick 5 play on tonight's card at Grand River Raceway with the 9 races carded. There will be pick 4s featured in races 2 and 6. Best of luck to all racing and playing along tonight.
And I can mention also we'll have a couple of groups out this evening. In race number 3, we'll have the Mapleton Mad Hatters, and race 7 we'll see the Upper Grand Veterinary Services Group. They're your trusted livestock specialists. Field for race number 1 on parade. 1 is Dancing in the Dark, Scott Young for Jerry Sims and John O'Brien and Larry Carter. Number 2 is Flamin' My, Austin Sorry for Mike Gillis and Earl Hill Jr. and Laurie Funger and Jacob Nixon. Number 3 is Wild Card Bet. Carl Thomas drives and trains for Carmel Racing. Number 4 is No Mo Jokin. Jay Harris for Sean Stacy and Dan Bertrand and Robert Gillespie. Race number 5. Number 5 is Lions Delightful. Travis Cullen for Anthony Beaton and 3 Lions Racing. And number 6, Magical Dundas. Jason Ryan for Sean Stacy and David Lumsden. And number 7, Get in Line. Daryl Thiessen for Sally Peacock and Ken Peacock. Let's get a look at this field. A field of 7 horses and geldings, maidens starting off the card. 9 races, and well, we're going to start with number 2, Flamin' My. We both have this one on top, and well, why not? I think that last race wasn't too bad.
Looks all right, doesn't it? And this one looks fine. A Colt son of Dancing Lou. And this just in. This got passed along through the X/Twitter feed from trainer Dean Nixon. And he mentioned the two horse has the pronunciation of a Flamin' May. So that's from trainer Dean Nixon. We've
Well,
been
we'll go with it.
mentioning Mai, but he likes May for this one.
And actually, I remember it's a long time ago when I went to school. They said, when two vowels go walking, the first one does the talking. Hard to believe that I remembered that because I didn't remember much from school.
That's got to be an old school saying because I've never heard of that one before in my life, but it's a pretty good one.
Well, it didn't make it all the way to Charlottetown.
That's just it. We're always very late on getting all the latest fads, right? So.
Well, I hope we get to say that name back in the winner's circle. We have this one on top, Flamin' May, and I think he very well may be victorious. What about you used number 7, Get in Line, second ahead of my second choice and included in the pick 5. And, well, so far we don't see a top 3 for Get in Line, so get me some logic here. 17-1 would be nice.
I think I just went with the Thiessen factor, right? I mean, hopping on board, he reunites. He does know this horse. He was on it a few times last season at Woodbine Mohawk Park. I just got to thinking, anytime I've seen Thiessen on the outside gates at Grand River Raceway, usually tries to team them up and time the gate leaving. So if this horse could happen to find some early speed to race up close, might show some interest, might show up with a big trip here.
Yeah, if you look down the page at final quarters, that's one area where he would jump out. And then also another angle is he's a 4-year-old in with a bunch of younger horses. So he's, you got a whole bunch of 2-year-olds, 6 2-year-olds, and then the 4-year-old Get in Line.
Right?
So there's some logic
Now,
in there. You know?
There's a big angle.
And double barrel Daryl at 14-1 right now. One Dancing in the Dark is one that I thought raced pretty well from post 8 last time out.
I thought that was a big gate leave. I did not expect that. Neither did the horse players. It was 49-1 on that race. But we got mentioning this horse was ready to rock and roll back in June. Ahead the qualifiers in early June, got a start in. But Jerry Sims opted to take the month of July off, maybe to do some tinkering. Maybe there was some adjustments to be made with the one Dancing in the Dark. But that return race, excellent race for a 2-year-old. Leaving post 8 on top at the quarter. I mean, this horse has some talent.
Yeah, well, unlike myself, he's got some talent. How about number 6, Magical Dundas? Hey, I make the most of my limited talent. Magical Dundas, Jason Ryan for Sean Stacy. There's a trainer that has some talent. I've actually talked to him a couple times of late in the at the gas station after the race. He's really approachable, nice guy. And Magical Dundas, he's going to need a little more magic, but it's only the 3rd start of his campaign. Art Speak Gelding.
Yeah, there's a nice back quarter there in the career debut, 29-2. Made a move to the outside last time out, but could not gain. And just a young horse trying to learn as he goes by the looks of it.
Well, it's a field of 7. The fans are in on Flamin' May. Sugar, when 2 vowels go walking, the first one does the talking. 4-5, the tote board is doing the talking right now. Dancing in the Dark and Flamin' May in the center. Wild card bet. No more joking and lines. Delightful to the outside. Magical Dundas and Get in Line. Field of 7. Race number 1. Field 4, race number 1. Into the backstretch, nearing the start. And the field for the first race is at the start of the rough, and no more joking, Magical Dundas, and on the inside, Dancing in the Dark. Then it is Flamin' May, Wild Card Bet, Lions Delightful, and Get in Line. And Dancing in the Dark has the lead, advantage a length and a quarter, and then Nomo Jokin on the outside, but now has to take back being parked. Flamin' May right now is in the pocket, and Nomo Jokin forced to drive on, couldn't find a seat because a seat on the inside was filled by Wildcard Bet racing fourth in front of Magical Dundas and Get in Line. And Lions Delightful, they race off the turn 28 and 2. Dancing in the Dark is dancing on the lead. And racing on the outside, Nomo Jokin. And then Flamin' May on the inside is filling the pocket. And Wildcard Ben. Magical Dundas Get in Line. And Lions Delightful. And 28 and 2 opening quarter. They head up towards the half. And Dancing in the Dark got some urging as they rolled by us by Scott Young to keep busy on the lead. As Flamin' Mai was right up close. Now Flamin' Mai is there tight in the pocket again. Length and a half back. And Wildcard Bet third. Nomo Jokin is back away. Magical Dundas then Get in Line, and then Nomo Jokin and Lions Delightful off a 57-3 half. They head on to three quarters. Dancing in the Dark has the lead. Magical Dundas is kicking in. Popping into the pocket right now is Flamin' May. And Flamin' may be able to track down Dancing in the Dark. Flamin' May dropped to 1-9 on the board, but Dancing in the Dark is still dancing well. Dancing in the Dark on the outside now is going to have a dancing partner, Flamin' May. Dancing in the Dark and Flamin' May. Magical Dundas and Wildcard Bet Get in Line. And Lions Delightful, three quarters, 128. They turn for home. Flamin' May and Dancing in the Dark on down the stretch. Round they come. Flamin' May on the outside. Dancing in the Dark on the inside. Dancing in the Dark, Flamin' May. Flamin' May late advantage. Flamin' May went on by, then Dancing in the Dark, then it was Get in Line and Wildcard Bet 157-3. Flamin' May and Austin, sorry for Dean Nixon, get the job done. 1-9 on the board though, Sugar.
Took late action, right? And he had a lot of those win ticket players a little nervous on that final turn. I thought he was going to pull from the pocket and just explode and go right on by. But Scott Young did not make it easy as he was driving on with Dancing in the Dark. So pretty good battle right until the end. But Flamin' May up in the final strides to get there. What a great looking colt son of Dancing Lou, Dean Nixon, a wonderful job with this one. And we mentioned Austin Sorey with a pretty good lineup on this evening's card. He starts things up on the right foot. And how about that close from way back? Thiessen would Get in Line up for third, 25-1 for sure. One to circle up for next time.
Well, and one that you saw the 4-year-old in with the 2-year-old and that experience and the strength coming home. And also the key was, what did we talk about? Closings. Had showed some good quarters.
Yeah, I mean, you nailed it there. It was the older horse against the young 2-year-old's angle, and plus you saw that good late speed throughout the program lines. There's nothing worse than 29 and change throughout his final quarters, and pretty much the only one in there showing that besides the 1 and 2.
Well, I'm glad we got the instructions on the horse name because 1-9, Flamin' May, we needed it, and Sugar, when two vowels go walking, the first one does the talking, and Flamin' Mai is doing the talking now by coming back into the winner's circle to get a picture taken. Flamin' Mai is a 2-year-old Dancing Lou Bay colt owned by Mike Gillis and Earl Hill Jr. and Laurie Funger and Jacob Nixon. Dean Nixon, the trainer. Austin, sorry, the winning driver. 2 wins in 3 starts for Flamin' May. Race 1, number 2, Flame in May, 230, 210, 210. 1, Dancing in the Dark, 210, 210. 7, Get in Line, 350. $2 exacta, $370. Try, 720. Dollar Super, 25, 25, 20 cents. Super, 505. The first race order finish from the top, 214-7653. That's 214-7653 in the bottom.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. We've got there. We got our YouTube feed up on another part of the laptop here. I was just catching the Dean Nixon going along the fence with the kids that were on the fence, being able to pet his winner. Very nice winner, Flame in May there in the opener. Well done, Dean Nixon, on the victory. Well done, Dean Nixon, on the little meet and greet with the kids on the fence at the Grand River Raceway. So the pick four play starting up here in race number 2. It's a field of 6. Let's bring up some ticket ideas then. Myself, Gary, and Connolly doing our best to bring you back a winning ticket on the early pick 4. I'm going to stay with my inside 3, Stonebridge Alien, Snowport, Smoothies, Delight. I got no 4, Salzburg Gunner. It's a newcomer up from the Maritimes. Now racing for Ontario ownership, Gary Murner training, Daryl Thiessen on board, and has not raced since late June, that four-horse Salzburg Gunner. That's why I stayed away, but with this early money coming in, could the early money be the smart money? On number 4, Salzburg Gunner. We'll find out soon enough. 2 and 5 for me in the third, then 1, 5, and 6. Lotto Max, Clint's Vet, a Convoy 22 for me in the fourth and the fifth race. We'll use the inside rail, Country Grace, outside rail. A Smile for Miles, $7.20 on a 20-cent wager. Gary Guy has got a pick 4 ticket idea as well. Let's check out Gary's ticket. Starting here in race number 2 for the early pick 4. His top selection here, number 3, Smoothie's Delight. His backup plan, number 1, Stonebridge Alien. Top selection for Gary in the third is 5, Santa Fe's Appetite. Plan B is DA Temptation. 5 and 2 for Gary in the third. 1 and 6 in the fourth race. Lotto Max, Convoy 22, kind of popping off the page in there. And on the end of it, he's got 8 Smiles for Miles on top. He's got a few more in here to go with Top Dealer and Connor B. 3, 5, and 8 for Gary on the end of his pick 4 play. $4.80 to play along with Gary in this $2,500 guaranteed pick 4 pool. One more ticket for our good friend of the show, Conley Ecclestone. Here he is going 4 deep in race number 2 with a 2, 3, 4, and 6. He does have the newcomer, the Maritime Invader, Salzburg Gunner, making his Ontario debut this evening. Has missed about 6 weeks of racing action, but we'll see what he's got under the hood in this one. Third race, 2 and 5. We're all on the same page for race number 3. Connolly singling up number 6, Convoy 22, trying to double up over the river, and on the end of it, Conley on the same page as Gary there in the final leg with the 3, 5, and 8. Conley's in for $4.80 on his 20-cent a wager. Best of luck if you're going to come along for the ride or come up with your own pick 4 ticket idea. It's next.
Fans noted race number 7, a driver change for Gentrify, Travis Henry. Travis Henry will drive for Gentrify. There's a look at the paddock camera presented by the Ontario Equine Education and Employment Program. Field on post parade for the second one. Stonebridge Haley and Austin Surrey for Sean Stacy and Catherine Stacy and Hudson Standards and Nancy Malik and Landmark Racing. Number 2, Snowport. Travis Cullen for Ashley Lenvoy and Gino Toscani. Number 3, Smoothies Delight. Damien McClellan for Robert Kyle Fellows and Jeff McFadden. 4, Salzburg Gunner. Daryl Thiessen for Gary Murner and Brandon Giroux. 5 Laser, Lauren House for Cassidy Schneider, Colonel Schneider Jr. And number 6 for 8 days a week, Chris Rogers drives and trains for Doug High. Field of 6, race number 2. Let's get a look at Smoothie's Delight. And, well, I was delighted when I looked at Smoothie's Delight in here and said, yeah, you know what? Okay, now I know who my top one is, and you're with me or I'm with you, whichever way it came first. But Smoothie's Delight.
Yeah, I like this Son of Better's Delight. I mentioned that career debut victory where he went uncovered 3 deep on the wide side most of that final turn, where I've said I haven't seen too many aged horses do that this meet at Grand River. Uncovered on the very wide side and still pressing, still coming and winning. So last time out, sat up close, made a winning move prior to the half, and from there he just jogged. I mean, couldn't have made it look any easier. So more than a few good chances here to make it 3 in a row over the river. Damien McClellan doing good things here at the river. He's got Convoy 22 coming up in a few races, but right now it's all about Smoothie's Delight for me. A 9-5 co-favorite with that Maritime Invader.
And I like the white wall tires. I had a car with white wall tires, the big wide white wall tires, a Buick Riviera back in the 70s. But they're just a good-looking setup there with those wheels. Number 1, Stonebridge Alien. Yeah, the last race wasn't a good-looking setup. But you know what? Just go down one slot on the page, July 30th. That looks good. Front-end win.
He might try another front-end race here. I mean, the start, 4 back, where he made a break on the lead, he was looking like a winner. And I mean, if he doesn't run in that race, he does probably win back on July 9th. But you know what? Things happen, and he was able to come back on July 30th and sail to the top and would not be caught at a big number, 16-1. Austin Sorey gets a rail to work with. Stonebridge Alien.
And, you know, I went out of order because instead of going to your second choice, Snowport, I went to Stonebridge Alien. I don't know, just off to a little slow start here. I was so amazed.
You probably got that one pegged for second, do you?
Yeah. But I was so amazed with the white wall tires, I just lost my train of thought. You know, Snowport.
You mentioned white wall tires. You know what come back to me?
What?
My days of working the car wash.
Oh, yeah.
I kid you not. I worked at an Irving gas station, my late teens on Main Street, being called Water Street, Summerside, PEI. If I was working a Sunday morning pumping gas, cars were lining up at the automatic car wash where, you know, the car would get automatically brought through a car wash. And a lot of older fellows with the nice old cars would show up and they'd want their white walls cleaned. And, you know, a bottle of Spray 9 and a brush came in handy because those white walls, they were showing up pretty good when they came out of the car wash.
Yeah, well, they were hard to keep clean, but they looked really good. Number 2, Snowport. We go from the white to the gray. Snowport, last race was better. Maybe you're onto something, headed in the right direction.
Well, he is better. I mean, we got talking about him 3 or 4 starts ago, saying, you know, you're going to need better than 31 or 30-4 to come home in Ontario if you're wanting to get a good piece. So since then, I see 28-4 and then 29-2, where he's actually passing horses in the latest. Travis Cullen is with us tonight at the river. Team Cullen has many starters in to go, so Travis is driving. And he's going to go back on board this 2 Snowport. I like his chances here.
And, you know, one more I want to get to. I know Laser is your 4th pick, but number 4, Salzburg Gunner, took some early money. An Invader coming in from Charlottetown. What about the one from your home country?
Yeah, you know what? Summerside might be a second slower than Charlottetown, and he's actually showing some pretty good speed over Summerside, 58 and a bit. And he looks versatile, does show gate speed. Shows a gate-to-wire victory for his one and only, and he shows some good closing speed where he's come up on the wide side and passed some horses late. So I just wanted to see him once, but he did take that early money starting out, he was a favorite here, and I mentioned, is that early money the smart money, which we have seen this meet.
Now, the late money has gone to Smoothie's Delight, and as expected, off a great last race, even money on the board. Stonebridge Alien and Snowport to the inside, Smoothie's Delight and Salisbury Gutter in the center. To the outside, the Laser and Freight Days a Week. It's a field of 6 for the second. They're all in position. There at the start of the rough, Snowport shovels out from the inside with Smoothie's Delight, Stonebridge Alien, Salisbury Gutter, Laser, and Freight Days Week. Smoothie's Delight and Damon McClellan is going to drive up now and come on to grab the lead. Snowport is right along in second. Stonebridge Alien is third. Salisbury Gutter, then Laser, Freight Days a Week. Smoothie's Delight, 3 to 5 on the board, has the lead, and then racing second, Snowport, Stonebridge Alien, Salisbury Gutter, then Laser and Freight Days a Week. They race off the turn. Smoothie's Delight leading 28, heads on past us, and then Snowport's getting a nice trip. Stonebridge Alien is racing third. Salisbury Gutter on the inside, fourth in front of Laser and Freight Days a Week. There's still 6 in a line as they head up towards the half, but it is Smoothie's Delight who's moving smoothly on top and leads it by 2 now over Snowport. And then Stonebridge Alien, Salisbury Gutter, Freight Days a Week, and Laser is trailing the field. Smoothie's Delight, 3 to 5 on the board, has a lead of a couple of lengths. Now Stonebridge Alien has popped out from third, but Snowport is still holding on to second right now. Salisbury Gutter is racing fourth. Then it is Freight Days a Week and Laser. Smoothie's Delight on up to the 3/4 off of 58 half and a 30-second second handle breather. It is Smoothie's Delight. Stonebridge Alien now has taken second. Snowport third. Then Salisbury Gutter, Laser, Freight Days a Week. It is Smoothie's Delight reclaiming second. Snowport. Stonebridge Alien third from the backfield. Freight Days Week is coming. Then Salisbury Gutter and Laser on the inside. It is Smoothie's Delight off 3/4, 127. Smoothie's Delight. Snowport on down the stretch drive. Smoothie's Delight as they come on down the stretch. Snowport up the inside. And on the outside now flying. Here comes Salisbury Gutter. Double barrel Darrell guns down Smoothie's Delight with Salisbury Gutter and then Snowport on the inside. 156 and 2. Salisbury Gutter, well, came flying from the clouds and came on by. The early money was it, Sugar.
Oh, that there was the answer, right? We said, is the early money the smart money? There's your answer, folks. What a big push on the end to score here at 5-1, where he was once a favorite in the very early going, and this Maritime Invader now for Ontario Connection makes a big splash in this river.
Well, and you mentioned that mile at Summerside, so that was a 58 mile at Summerside off the front, and you thought it would translate well here. In fact, 56 and 2, that's, that was well within his range.
Oh, very. I honestly didn't think it was looking that good for him. Bending around the far turn, he had some cover with Stonebridge Alien. The Alien horse started to back up, and I don't know. Gunner might not have had room to tip wide, but I'll tell you what, when he found room in the straightaway, did he ever explode? I mean, that's a huge final eighth of a mile. This horse was pacing out of his skin, Gary.
Yeah, and look, Snowport raced well. You're right to put the 3 and 2 together, but the problem was you needed another horse in front of those two.
Can't believe I didn't pick a Maritime Invader in that race.
Yeah, well,
unbelievable.
Lack of loyalty, But look, you probably needed to see a start. June 28th. I mean, there's a lot of things.
I know. That was it, right? But you know what? Robert Reed Jr., friend of the show, of course, would always mention anytime there was a barn change, he would rather see time in between the starts. And 6 weeks, that would be a Robert Reed Jr. angle right there, about 6 weeks. And maybe this horse was with Murner since early July.
Yeah, and, changing from Adam Murner to Gary Murner, so he was very familiar with the horse. And, gets to be acquainted here in the winner's circle. It's Double barrel Daryl Thiessen, Salzburg Gunner, gunning down Smoothies Delight and the rest in the second. Salzburg Gunner is a 3-year-old flame-proof Hanover Bay gelding by Brandon Chireau. Gary Murder training. Second win this year, second lifetime for Salzburg Gunner. Double barrel Daryl in the second. Beautiful Bills jersey out trackside. Go Bills! Just the Bills emblem, but anything Bills is great. Second race, number 4, Salzburg Gunner, $12.40, $5, $3.30. 3 Smoothies Delight, $2.50, $2.40. 2 Snowport, $2.70. $2 Exactor, $29.50. Dollar Tribe, $32.50. Dollar Super, $113.55. 20-cent Super, $22.71. Double of 2 and 4, $31.50. Second race, order finish from the top, 6-3-2-1-4-5. That's 6-3-2-1-4-5 at the bottom.
Winbank Farm graduates have earned close to $465 million and have won nearly 50,000 times, selling yearlings eligible to Delaware, Indiana, Kentucky, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, Ontario, and Pennsylvania, producing yearlings from outstanding sires including American Ideal, Better's Delight, Cattle Wash, Courtly Choice, Father Patrick, and a Great McWicked. For more information, winbackfarm.com.
Hey kids, do you like to write stories or poems or draw pictures of horses? We're running 2 contests from now until August 31st with a total prize money of $3,500. For the Youth Literary Derby, Ontario students in grades 3 to 8 can submit either a short story or a poem with standardbred theme. Poems and stories are judged separately. If you like to draw, then the Youth Art Derby might be for you. This one is open to students in grades 3 to 12, and you can do a drawing or a sketch of anything standardbred related. Check out our website for more inspiration and more information, bgracingalliance.ca.
And Vince, while we're at it, let's pass along a happy birthday. You know, Ben is 12 today. Ooh. Happy birthday, Ben. Happy 12th. Field on post parade for race number 3, 1 rose-colored glasses. Jason Ryan for Blair Burgess and Len Rosine. Number 2 is D.A. Temptation, Sammy Filia for Jody Cullen and Yvonne Mondu. 3 is Jazzville, Garrett Rooney for Randall Fulmer and Dale Towell. Number 4 is Milieu Fromage, Travis Henry for Harry Martin. 5, Santa Fe's Appetite, Travis Cullen for Jody Cullen and A1 Stable. Number 6, Odds on Selenium, Nick Stewart for Ryan Stewart and Triple S Equine. And there joining us is 1 rose-colored glasses. Field of 6, race number 3. Let's get a look at this Santa Fe's Appetite. Sugar, you know that last race, though, I'm still mad at myself. Very late focusing on Salzburg Gunner, picking that one up. And, as an announcer, you just hate when you're late focusing on the one that blows on by.
Oh, I wanted to go back and watch him again. It was that victory was that impressive. I wanted to see what went on through the final turn. Well, not much went on. He was getting towed up, and then he wasn't. And then he did find some room. There was a horse to the outside of him, tipping 3 and 4 deep. So, it was just a well-timed move by Thiessen. I did notice he kicked the earplugs out just at the top of the stretch. As soon as Darrell did that, the horse just jumped out of his skin, and he was really rolling. I mean, that is a very impressive final 8th, and it's something we want to keep an eye on going forward. We saw it recently, those lots of early action on a horse. Why? Why is this horse a favorite right now? Well, that's what I was asking, but just a well-meant winner and a well-timed victory by driver Darrell Thiessen. And great job, Gary Murner, having that horse fit and ready to roll following a 6-week rest plus a long ship up from the Maritimes.
And good on you to remember Robert Reed's comment, because that does show up sometimes. We both had an appetite for the 5 here, and there's the early money, as expected, though.
Oh, good job. I had a snack earlier. Santa Fe's Appetite. Yes, indeed. A decent start. Last time out over the big track of Woodbine Mohawk Park. This horse has been racing much tougher. And likely why this horse is even money right now. Daughter of Stay Hungry came up from south of the border, came from the Pat Lachance barn, and has been with Team Cullen since mid-June. Has been trying it at the big track. This is an easier spot, much easier spot for the 5. So looking for that confidence-building win. Number 5, Santa Fe's Appetite. Tough to go against here, Gary.
We both threw D.A. Temptation on the 2nd spot and onto our Pick 5 tickets, which are absolutely destroyed by Salzburg Gunner. And D.A. Temptation, last couple races at Rito, pretty good.
Very good. And, Rito's not one of those quick 5/8 track, not like Grand River Raceway anyway, not the Grand River Raceway fast. So D.A. Temptation, more than capable of stepping up here, maybe to show a 51 or 52 mile this evening, though it is a little cooler. So maybe we'll say 52 or 53 is possible for D.A. Temptation. The daughter of sports writer, wonderful check getter at Rito. And now for the Jody Cullen barn. Beware.
We both had a different idea of where to go for 3rd, but after the first 2, it was pretty wide open. Milieu Fromage.
Yeah, why not? 52 and 4. Life Best came at the river, and that was back in early July. More than capable of finding a spot in the Tri and Superfecta. What do you got, Gary?
I went to the 3 Jazzville, but, that's just coming in from Mohawk. First start off a claim and get G Money. I can go to G Money. But how about number 6, Odds on Selenium? That's one that you threw on there. Looks made almost $2,000 a start this year and almost $2,000 last year. Has been a good check getter.
Newcomer, right? Has had a couple of Ontario starts to get acclimatized, and 8-1 price player. I don't see this one involved in the top 2, but I could see her involved in the Superfecta.
Yeah, and look, at that one start at Sarnia, and the start here was okay. Came from off the pace to pick up a fourth. So odds
Right.
on Selenium is sitting at 8 to 1. Between Jazzville and Milieu Fromage, the fans can't decide. So really, when you look at it, after the first two, it's amazing. The rest pretty much dead the same. Two sevens and two eights.
Yeah, it looks like it's all 2-5 or 5-2. I mean, Jody Cullen Exactor coming up in all likelihood here.
We'll see if we can get the favorite split with one of those other four. My favorite thing to play exactors with don't put the top
Know
two
it.
together. Rose-colored glasses, DA Temptation on the inside. Jazzville, Milieu Fromage, and to the outside, Santa Fe's Appetite and odds on Selenium. Field of six. It's race number 3 on a wonderful Wednesday as the horses are wending their way towards the start. Field for the third. At the start of the rough, Santa Fe's Appetite, Jazzville, DA Temptation, Milieu Fromage, and then rose-colored glasses and odds on Selenium. Santa Fe's Appetite. Travis has got an appetite for the lead. Santa Fe's Appetite is 1 to 5 on the board. Jazzville second. Santa Fe's Appetite leads by 2 1/4 right now. Jazzville racing second. DA Temptation, Milieu Fromage, and then odds on Selenium. Rose-colored glasses are back trailing the field. They race their way to a quarter of 27 and 1. Santa Fe's Appetite has the front. Jazzville is filling the pocket. DA Temptation is third. Milieu Fromage is fourth. And then it is back to odds on Selenium and rose-colored glasses off a 27 and 1 opening quarter, 6 in a line as they head up towards the half end. Santa Fe's Appetite, Jazzville, biding time of the pocket. DA Temptation is third. Then Milieu Fromage and odds on Selenium and rose-colored glasses and 56 and 1/2, 29-second split. Santa Fe's Appetite and Travis Cullen looks rather comfortable in the bike with a lead of a couple of lengths over Jazzville. Then racing third, DA Temptation, Milieu Fromage, and then odds on Selenium and rose-colored glasses, and they head on by 3/4. Santa Fe's Appetite still with the front. Nobody has an appetite to pop to the outside and try to track down Santa Fe's Appetite because that one is looking to desert the field. Jazzville second, DA Temptation third, Milieu Fromage, and then odds on Selenium and rose-colored glasses. Santa Fe's Appetite turns for home and is on fire and cruising. It's all Santa Fe's Appetite. 1 to 5 on the board and racing like a 1 to 5 horse should. Then it is Milieu Fromage and third between rose-colored glasses and Jazzville. And it is Santa Fe's Appetite. 152 and 3. Nice little training trip on around the track to get the winner's share, Sugar.
Yeah, shipped in to win, shipped in to get that confidence builder, and for Santa Fe's Appetite, first victory for the Cullen Barn since coming up from south of the border, and a vintage Gary Guy race call, desert the field, Santa Fe's Appetite.
Well, that's the only talent I have, so I'll throw it in there. And look, I mean, the fans had an appetite for this horse at 1 to 5. And look, it showed up all over the page that Santa Fe's Appetite would be the one. In fact, last race was pretty good at Mohawk 52, but you look down the page, you see mile 50 and 1 at Mohawk back in late June. And a 9-time winner last year also made almost 100,000 last year. So this is a fine horse.
Yeah, real nice horse, and I don't know. Maybe she sticks around. Maybe she enters for Grand River Raceway one more time before she goes back to the big track, because she did that so easy. Like, it looked like Travis didn't even speak to this mare throughout the mile. She could have went a little better than 52 and 3 on a cool night at the river.
Yeah, and we both used a DA Temptation as one that you could throw onto a multi-leg ticket. Yeah, this was one that we wasted. If we were still alive, it doesn't really matter now, but you didn't want to waste any currency because you only needed to single this one up.
Single that one and maybe leave the second choice off off your ticket, right? And then you've got all those price players underneath for the exactor try and the superfecta.
Yeah, I mean, it helps it out. And we were arguing about whether the 3 was better than the 4, which way to go, and
Right.
they were pretty close. But Jazzville had that spot for a long way. That's a one that I thought raced pretty well. Maybe stayed up a little too close to too hot a pace, and Milia Famage was able to come on and get that second. But those are a couple of horses.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I agree. Jazzville, that's a big trip for a horse that came out of an $8,000 claimer not too long ago. I mean, to be in the mix there, likely pacing 53, 54. Pretty good trip for Jazzville.
Yeah, and one that I think we'll hear some stuff from, but we might only
Yep.
hear one more race, if that, from Santa Fe's Appetite here. This is a 5-year-old Stay Hungry Bay mare owned by A1 Stable. Jody Cullen, the trainer. Travis Cullen, the winning driver. 4th win for Santa Fe's Appetite. 152-3. The third race, payouts 5, Santa Fe's Appetite, 250, 210, 210. 4, Milia Famage, 450, 310. 3, Jazzville, 310. $2 exact or $11. Dollar try, 24.60. Dollar super, 100, 30.45. 20-cent super, 26.09. Third race over a finish from the top, 453-216. That's 453-216 on the bottom. Field for the fourth race on Post Parade. 1 Lotto Max, Anthony Hahn for Dale Fritz and Edward Aitchison. Number 2 is Hollywood Deo, semi-failure for Cassidy Schneider and Frank Girovolati. Number 3 is Belmont Blazer, Travis Cullen for Jody Cullen and Travis Cullen. Number 4 is I'd Imagine, Daryl Thiessen for Derek Anderson and Gordon Mason. Number 5, Clint Svet, Austin Sorry for Tim Myers and David Omicelli. Number 6, Convoy 22, Damien McClellan for Kyle Bossens and Going for Froke Stable, and Kyle also sharing an ownership. Number 7, Magical Ian, Travis Henry for Sean Stacy and David Lumsden. Field of 7, note that Daryl Thiessen drives for I'd Imagine. And let's get a look at this field. And we'll start with number 6, Convoy 22. You know, I went back to Lotto Max in front, but I'll tell you, it's tough to go against Convoy 22.
Very tough. He's become a very useful horse on Ontario tracks, especially here at Grand River Raceway. His last victory was from off the pace. He rode he was off the pace the 2 starts before that, finishing in the runner-up spot. He's really good on the front end as well, and I see him taking front. I mean, Anthony Hahn on board the 1 Lotto Max took him kind of to the quarter mile last time out, 26-1, an early battle. I don't think Lotto Max wants any part of trying to take Convoy 22 early this evening. So I see Damien leaving sharply and going straight to the top. I think they're going to have to catch him, Gary.
Yeah, and look, this is one that's just such a proven winner, 8 out of 18. I'm surprised which way the money is, but remember, Lotto Max did have a couple of really impressive wins over Convoy 22. Yep. But last time out, it was clear that Convoy 22 was very alive. And you know what? I think you really got to watch the tote board if there's a big enough swing that it's worth a shot, because these two, they measure up pretty darn close, really. It's just a matter of figuring out which way the trip goes. Lotto Max is one that has really been impressive now for a while, since the end of June. In fact, all the whole meet here.
Yeah, he's been very good. I mean, look at his last 3 outings. I mean, he's a winner twice, once off the pocket, once gate to wire. Last time out was used pretty good through that opening quarter, 26-1. And then he was battling on through the third quarter, again, 27-4 up the backside, right? And so, of course, he's going to be a little bit soft on the end of it to finish third. Still clocked a trip in 53-1. I think he wants a helmet to follow along tonight. You mentioned it could be either 1 or 6. If I was playing, I might wait till they start moving the gate, and whichever the best price was on, the higher price, that's who I'd be backing.
Interestingly enough, that's actually not the way to go. If you look at the last 3 races, the fans have been right. They favored Convoy 22 last time out over Lotto Max, got the job done. The 2 previous starts, Lotto Max was the favorite and got the job done over Convoy 22. Yeah. The fans have nailed the favoritism right each of the last 3. So interesting to see which way it goes. We've got to talk about Clint Svet and David Omicelli and Tim Myers training this one. Clint Svet and Austin Sorry looking to be a factor between those two. One thing I'd like to see is him split those two so we get an exactor price.
Yeah, I'm not sure what we're going to see for gate speed from Clint Svet, but I mean, he was the one that pressed Lotto Max through that third quarter, 27 and change, and he just was a little soft on the end of his mile as well. So Clint Svet, for me, I got all kinds of time for these horses. Raced by my good friend Dave out of Michigan, Tim Myers condition. Austin Sorry, one of his live plays, I believe, right now, a 4-1 value player with these. If he can work out some kind of trip, not be used hard, at any point early on in the mile or through a third quarter like he did last time out, if he can stay covered up until the finish, I think he's going to be heard from late.
And boy, we do have to talk about Travis Cullen, Jody Cullen in any race they're
Mm-hmm.
in. Belmont Blazer.
Yeah, he's a pretty good check getter. Just a one-time winner this season over Georgian Downs, where he found a very soft spot. He sailed right to the top and would not be caught. Just a winner by a head, but still, he did get off the schneid in that one. 5-1 price player. I still like the 1, 5, and 6 a little more than the 3 in here.
One thing with Belmont Blazers, had 2 starts here this meet in terms of on the page, and both of them didn't go well. 5th and 6th hasn't liked it here. Has been mostly better at Georgian Downs. Belmont Blazer is currently 3-1. Did you get a picture of that? Did you see a look at that pie?
Haven't seen the pie just yet. I did have a snack before work, but if I saw a pie right now, I'd probably want some.
Some or all of it? It's Lotto Max and Hollywood Dale on the inside. Belmont Blazer out of Imagine and Clint's Vet. To the outside, Convoy 22 and Magical Ian. I could box up some and send you in the mail from here. You can have it in a few days. Field for the 4th race into the backstretch, gathering speed. Field for the 4th race, field of 7. There at the start of the rough in Convoy 22, Magical Ian on the inside. Lotto Max is going to press out also. A lot of early action. Belmont Blazer and Clint's Vet. Right now, Lotto Max with the inside advantage. Belmont Blazer. Convoy 22, 3 wide, still pressing. Hollywood Dale on the inside. Clint's Vet still on the outside. And then it is back to Magical Ian. And I'd imagine Convoy 22 wants to come on and grab the front. Convoy 22 is even money to the board. Lotto Max is second. Belmont Blazer third as they work their way off the turn. Then it is Hollywood Dale. Clint's Vet on the inside is racing 5th right now. Then it is back further to Magical Ian, and trailing is I'd Imagine. It is Convoy 22 of a 27 opening quarter, leading up towards the half, and Lotto Max is right there plugged into the pocket. Then it is Belmont Blazer, who works in front of, I'd Imagine. Clint's Vet angles to the outside. Magical Ian. They race the way on down the backstretch. Convoy 22 leading Lotto Max with Belmont Blazer third. Then to the outside, Clint's Vet. Hollywood Dale 5th to the inside. Then Magical Ian. And I'd Imagine is back trailing the field. And they race the way to 3 quarters. Convoy 22 of a 55-4 halftime. 28-4 second panel as well. Convoy 22, Lotto Max is second. On the outside, Clint's Vet is chipping away, getting closer. Is about 2 back, but Convoy 22, and now the plugs are out, and Convoy 22 is trying to leave Lotto Max, but Lotto Max is trying to close ground. Then it is Clint's Vet fading a bit on the inside, Belmont Blazer, the outside, Hollywood Dale. It is Convoy 22. Lotto Max as they turn for home. Convoy 22 still has more, but digging is Lotto Max. Convoy 22, Lotto Max. Convoy 22, Lotto Max, and then 3 across the track for third between Hollywood Dale, Clint's Vet, and Belmont Blazer, 152-4. Convoy 22 went off as the even money favorite, and well, that's the 4th race in a row between these two, Convoy 22 and Lotto Max, and the 4th time in a row that the favorite was the winner. Twice for Lotto Max and now twice for Convoy 22, Sugar.
Yeah, you mentioned that favorite status has been key. And for me, I think it's just as easy as the best horse won this race tonight. I mean, Lotto Max had every chance, didn't get used up early, was riding the pocket throughout, but couldn't make anything happen through the stretch drive. Again, for me, the best horse won this race. Convoy 22 is just a real nice pony, and Damian McClellan gets along great with him. So does trainer Kyle Bossens.
And he had to do some work early, Convoy 22. I mean, Lotto Max and a couple of others made this one press fairly hard, but, I thought maybe he might be a little softened up. Nah, he wasn't softened up.
No, he loves it out there in the lead. He's become very versatile. You can do it anyway. Real good battle for the show, though, right? 3 across and a show photo required.
Looks like Hollywood Dale, but yeah, they were all right there. But the top two turned out to be the right two, and that's the way it's been mostly between these Lotto Max and Convoy 22. In fact, Lotto Max might now be starting to get sick of seeing Damian McClellan.
Yeah, you know what? It's been good though. I like little rivalries like this, but I thought off of that trip, Lotto Max would have a better answer through the stretch drive, but he wasn't gaining at all.
Yeah, and in fact, even if we go back, I mentioned the last four. You go back to the fifth one back, Convoy 22 with the win and Lotto Max third. So, yeah, they've been getting it on, and out of the last five, it's 3-2 for Convoy 22 over 2 for Lotto Max. So they've both been good.
I love harness racing rivalries. Good for the sport.
Convoy 22 back in front of us. A 4-year-old better than Cheddar Bay gelding by going for Brooke Stable and Kyle Boston's, who's also the trainer. Damian McClellan's the winning driver. 9th win on the season. Convoy 22. Mile of 152 and 4. 11th win lifetime for Convoy 22. Fourth race, payout 6 Convoy 22. 410, 280, 220. 1 Lotto Max 270, 230. 2 Hollywood Deo 360. $2 exactor 940. Dollar try 1705. Dollar super 4180. Fourth race, so we're finished from the top. 235-7416. That's 235-7416. field on post parade for the fifth one. Country Grace. George Ketros drives and trains and owns. Number 2 is Better Be Early. Chase and ride for Talibor and Arnold's Horse Shack. Number 3, Connor B. Travis Henry for James Dean and Trailer Park Guys. 4 is Chase the Cheddar, Garrett Rooney for Cassidy Schneider, Colonel Schneider Jr. 5 is Top Dealer, Scott Young for John Pentland and Hut Racing. 6 is BJ's Choice, Lauren House for Patrick Bissett and William Brown. 7, Brightside Maceo, J.B. Bruno for Julie Walker and Darlene Carr. And number 8 is Smiles for Miles, Sammy Filia for Chantel Mitchell and William McKay and David Serwatic. Field of 8, race number 5. And let's stay right there with number 8, Smiles for Miles. The fans are in on Smiles for Miles, and we both have this one on top, Sugar.
Yeah, I believe Smiles for Miles, the one to beat here, a 6-5 favorite, 2-time winner this season. Had a little break in the racing schedule and has come back very sharp. I mean, he surprised me how good he was on that return race, July 18th, but he come back just as good and then just missed by a nose last time out. The form is great, and Post 8, Grand River Raceway, a couple of years ago, one might say, how can you bet the horse at 3-2 from Post 8 at Grand River? Well, game changer was the 5/8 track.
Yeah, and also the slanted gate and the way it's configured here. You can just blast. If you want to leave from out of there, just fire. One Country Grace is one that's on the opposite side of the gate, down on the inside, and got a pocket trip last race. And I tell you, Ashley was right there at the finish, beating half a length.
Right, and you're getting a pretty good price. George Ketros rarely lets a rail go to waste. Many of his horses that he starts do have early speed. So I'm looking for George to have this one racing up close. I don't see him cutting it, but I could see him working out a trip in the front half of the field here.
The one that I went to for second and you for third is John Pentland's Top Dealer, Scott Young driving. And this is one that shows some form at Sarnia. Also, dominant win here July 9th. Good last time out as well.
Right. Does have some gate speed to work with as well. I mean, he's a top 3 threat for me all day with the answer on board. And Top Dealer, 4 victories this season. So I'm looking through the rest of the field here. He's the winningest horse of this bunch. So,
yeah, he's had plenty of success over a good stretch of time. Scott Young driving Top Dealer, 9-2 on the board. I thought is going to wind up being the second choice. Maybe could be wrong because right now number 3, Connor B, currently be the second choice at 5-2.
Another one with a gate blasting possibility here. There are plenty in here with gate speed. That could make it tougher for the even money favorite leaving from Post 8. You look to his left, and there is lots of good gate pushers out of there. Connor B is getting that 9-5 action, so the players are starting to think this one could be the main competition here for the 8.
That's the one thing where the slanted gate really does matter because with that outside and the slant, as long as you can keep on driving, you can take advantage of that slanted gate, whereas on a straight gate, if this was George and Downs and you wanted to blast from Post 8 but a bunch on the inside left, you'd have to take back.
Yeah, I'm not sure how this one's going to go down off the line, but the more I look at this race, the more I see plenty of early speed threats. So what we're looking at is still a favorite status on the 8, Smiles for Miles, but it could get tough out there.
And it is a super high 5, and you've thrown in 7 Brightside Maceo, 24-1. So far hasn't been in the top 3, but was 4th here, 2 back. Last race, non-winners at 3, tried one level up.
Yeah, well, you know me, playing my numbers game, right? I picked the 8 on top, and then I've got the 1, 5, and 3 underneath. So what's next? It's got to be another odd number, right? Put the favorite over the odd numbers for this high five play. There's still time.
Yeah, the money is right now come hard, Smiles for Miles, and then the 3, Connor B, and the 5. That's where all the money is. And your little Country Grace at 8-1 on the inside. So the ones that you had tabbed are the ones where the fans have gone. We'll see if one of those other players can step in and make this super high five a little more super for that fan. It is Country Grace and Better Be Early, Connor B on the inside. Chase the Cheddar, Top Dealer in the center. The outside, BJ's Choice, right side, Maseo, and Smiles for Miles. Field for the 5th race is into the stretch drive, gathering speed, wending their way towards the start on this Wednesday evening. They're at the start of the rough, and Smiles for Miles and Sammy trying to time the game. Smiles for Miles and Top Dealer, and then Connor B. It is Smiles for Miles and Connor B. Smiles for Miles is going to make the lead. Connor B is second. Top Dealer, Country Grace, Better Be Early, BJ's Choice, Bright Side Maseo, and Chase the Cheddar. Smiles for Miles, 6-5, was able to grab the early lead. The 9-5 Connor B is racing second. Then it is Top Dealer and Country Grace and Better Be Early. Then BJ's Choice, and back further is Bright Side Maseo. And then trailing the field as they race on towards us is Chase the Cheddar. 26-3 is sharp opening panel. Smiles for Miles will look to pick up a second panel breather. Leads it by a couple right now over Connor B. And then Top Dealer is currently dealing from third. Country Grace angles to the outside. Then Better Be Early, BJ's Choice, Bright Side Maseo, and Chase the Cheddar is trailing. 55-2 halftime as they race their way on into the back stretch, and it is Smiles for Miles, and Country Grace is getting up a little closer now, coming on. Still second, Connor B. Country Grace third. Top Dealer fourth of the inside. BJ's Choice is fifth, and sixth is Better Be Early. Then second last, Chase the Cheddar, and trailing is Right Side Maseo. It is Smiles for Miles on by 3/4 and 124. Smiles for Miles just keeps on going. No urging yet. Leads it by a length and 3/4. Connor B. And then racing third, Country Grace and Top Dealer. BJ's Choice, a late kick from Chase the Cheddar to grab his share as they turn on down the stretch drive. Smiles for Miles, Connor B. getting closer. Smiles for Miles and Connor B. and Top Dealer. Smiles for Miles, though. Smiles all the way to the finish. Connor B. was second. Top Dealer. Then Country Grace in fifth was Chase the Cheddar. 153-1. Smiles for Miles. We were wondering about the start, but Sammy kind of laid off the gate, timed it up, ran through the gate, and was able to come out and get the lead, Sugar.
Right on. That is one thing that we have seen pretty much since the start of this meet. Likely nobody better in the driver's seat at timing a start at Grand River Raceway. I've seen this from Sammy basically all meet. I mean, and he was laying off the starting car pretty good. He was kind of giving them a full length. So I knew he was going to take a big run at them when they hit the start line, and boy, he timed it perfectly.
Well, when I first saw him, I thought, well, maybe he's not leaving, and then I realized, no. He's actually going to leave a bunch, and, you know, it also, I mean, Connor B. left and got a pocket trip, I mean, and stuck around for seconds, so it's just that the key was, could he get off the gate from post 8 and grab the lead? We were wondering about it. Well, Sammy said, yeah, you don't need to wonder. I know what I'm doing here.
Yeah, he's a game little son of Mick Wickett. He was digging in. They weren't gaining. They weren't going to beat him. Once he took control, it was over. And I mean, the 3, 5, and 1 logical players for the high five there, and then you've got a 30-1 bomber for G Money.
Yeah, and he was
Chase the Cheddar in the final spot.
Was last in the early. Well, coming to the half was last, and so we wondered. The money was pretty obvious on those 4, and then we were wondering which one of them would come on. It's the 30-1 shot, so that's the. There was a 45 and a 60-1, but the money all came in for the 4 that you did have as your top 4. It was just trying to figure out which one of them would be next best, and Look, and Country Grace raced at least to get onto the ticket, but really
I
was
thought raced really good. I mean,
yeah,
that horse was out for a long ways, Gary, and wasn't giving in. You know what? Ketros not a big barn, but quality is there.
yeah, it came first up. I mean, had to do it the hard way and still at least got onto the ticket with the ones that you did use along the way. So it's an 83514. Number 8, Smiles for Miles, a 4-year-old McWicked bay gelding by William McCain, David Serwatic, Chantel Mitchell, the trainer. Sammy Filial, the winning driver. Third win for Smiles for Miles this year. Fifth lifetime. Mile of 153 and 1. The fifth race payouts 8 Smiles for Miles, 462.70 and 210. 3 Connor B, 342.50. 5 Top Dealer, 320. $2 exactor, 10.30. Dollar try, 17.90. Dollar high five, 263.90. 20-cent high five, 52.78. Dollar pick 3 is 8.55. Dollar pick 4, 62.80. Dollar pick 5, 158.85. The fifth race, so for a finish from the top, so 462-53781. That's 462-53781 on the bottom.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. You're watching Grand River Raceway, a Wednesday evening card with 9 races on tap. So with 9 races, this is going to be the start of the back half in race number 6, opening leg of a late pick 4. Late pick 4 sequence getting set to start up here. Great betting board thus far. Number 2 for me, Wicked Plan. 3-1 right now. No shot that horse is going to be 3-1 come post time. I see him going away as a heavy favorite in here. Let's bring up some pick 4 ticket ideas. Myself, Gary Guy, Conley Ecclestone, doing our best to try to map out a winning pick 4 combination. So this too, Wicked Plan. Just missing by a head in the latest. 2-year-old son of McWicked here. Paced him out on 55-3. And if you want to look through the rest of the card, nothing showing close to that kind of speed over Grand River Raceway. The 7, Master of Fire, does show the 54 and 55 speed over Woodbine Mohawk Park. But 57-4 is his best trip over Grand River Raceway. Again, this too, Wicked Plan for me. I could see him going away at 3-5 or 4-5. Odds on status, I think, is coming for number 2, Wicked Plan. Finds a great spot. Second time for the Tim Myers barn. Anthony Hahn gets the call to drive. Love the chances. I'm going to stay on the single here to start up this pick 4 play. Number 2, Wicked Plan, all day long. Race number 7, we go deep. And we've gone deep in a few legs. Of course, when you got a single up front, you can do that. I mean, we're going to go 5 deep for those top-class pacing mares. Race 7, it's the return of Ladies from Hell, she being the Queen of London. We're also including number 2, Seton, a Precedent, coming in from the big track of Woodbine Mohawk Park for trainer Amanda Riley. Salzbrook Olympia, Charmbo Stormy, Faded Fire, also in play there for the top-class pacing mares. Race 7, the 8th race. Inside 3, Waiting on a Woman, Lola Sunshine, Chica Bell, and then going deep again in the finale, 5 deep in there. We're in to go, $15 even on this 20-cent wager. It's all going to hinge on number 2, Wicked Plan, to start things up. And I thought with me talking about him, he might take a sharp drop, but he's actually gone up now. He's a 5-1 value player so far. Alrighty. Gary Guy, he's got a late pick 4 ticket idea. Let's bring in Gary's ticket. He's on the 2 and 5. Wicked Plan, Never Assume, starting things up. 7th race, 4, 5, and 2. His top selection there being the 4, Gentrify. Over to race number 8. Gary on the 3 and 1. Chickabell is top selection at a post 3. In the 9th race, Gary going 3 deep in there. His top selection is 5, Shady Memories. 5, 4, and 6 are the 3 Gary will use on the end of the pick 4. His ticket price, $7.20. One more ticket to look at for Conley Ecclestone. Conley's play. He's with me on the single. Number 2, Wicked Plan. Expect it to take some late action. Should. 4 deep for Conley, race 7, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 8th race, he's on the 1 and 3, Waiting on a Woman, Chickabell, and rounding it out with the 4, 5, and 7 being Rambaran Rose, Shady Memories, and Miss Sophia Rose. Conley's in for just $4.80 on his 20-cent late pick 4 ticket idea. Best of luck on mapping out your late pick 4 ticket. There's still time. We'll see them on Post Parade here shortly.
Field on post parade for the 6th. One is Drink Up Muchacho. Jason Ryan for Tyler Moore and John McDonald. Number 2, Wicked Plan. Anthony Hunt for Tim Myers and David Omichieli. 3, Sweet and Fast. Austin Sorry for Sean Stacy and Hudson Stanibritz and Bertrand Gillespie and David McDonald. 4, Scratched. 5 is Never Assume. Daryl Thiessen for Rod Boyd and Jefferson Davis. And number 6, Fire Control. Scott Young for David Fry and Oliver Del Maple Holdings. And number 7, Master of Fires. Sammy Filia for Robert Kyle Fellows and Yolanda Fellows and Blair Corbeil and Patrick Dillon and Windermere Stable. Field of 6, race number 6. Let's get a look at this field. And number 2, Wicked Plan. Well, right now the money has come, Sugar, 6-5.
Oh, it had to come. When I saw him open up at 3-1, I was thinking, what did I miss? And then he goes up to 5-1, and I'm thinking, this just ain't going to happen. He's got to take money. And sure enough, he's even money right now, but I think he'll go even lower. He's got to be an odds-on favorite here off of that 55-3, second by a head in the latest. And this is going to be second time for the Tim Myers bar.
Yep. Well, and look, certainly good last time out. Just missed winning to French Bulldog and Wicked Plan. I think off of that one has a plan to go forward, blast to the front, and win. I think that's the plan. 3, Sweet and Fast. Might want to try to mess with that plan, though. It's had only one start, and certainly one that, sent up to Sean Stacy, who's been on a good little run of late with Austin Sorry driving. Austin's having a really good year.
Having a great year. Austin on board a Sean Stacy trainee. It's the second career start for this one. Made a nice little push up through the third quarter last time out, just a little soft on the end. Still paced a trip in 58, but we'll need to find 2 or 3 seconds to be able to keep up with number 2, Wicked Plan. Like Wicked Plan, I'm looking through the whole field. I mean, that son of McWicked appears to have 2 or 3 seconds on the whole lot here.
Well, you quoted Robert earlier. I'll quote Robert on time. Time only matters if you're in prison. Sweet and Fast is one that you could 7-1. I don't know if you can lock down that price. I think might close up a little bit, but number 7, Master of Fire is your third choice, and one that's only got one top 3 in 7 starts, but Sammy Filia, Robert Kyle Fellows, strong connections.
Is too, and the thing is, we watched Sammy leave from the outside post last race where he timed it perfectly, crossed right on over to Greg Control. Doesn't appear this horse has a lot of gate speed. They might have tried to leave with them back on July 30th. A heavy favorite on that occasion, made a break and lost every chance. So I think, 3-year-old son of Captain Treacherous, lightly raced a 3-year-old here. I think just learning how to race. So I don't see any early speed, so likely having to do it from well off the pace here.
One thing, when you look down the page, you see this one getting dragged along in some races that went way too fast. Was in a mile that went in 51-3. That was his debut. Did pace his mile of 54-4, but just kind of dragged along. And I've always thought with speed, you also have to look, is that speed generated by up and part of the race, or just kind of dragged along at the tail end of a race that went way faster?
Yeah, I'd say just the way the race set up. He is showing 54-4 in that mile back in mid-May. That would have been season debut, right?
Yeah.
Didn't fare too well the next time out, so he got put away for a month or two, and then he's come back, but he hasn't really shown a whole lot since he's come back.
Number 5, Never Assume. I used this one for second. I'm assuming that Daryl Thiessen will get a little more out of Never Assume here in this start. Daryl's been driving this one all along. Last race marred by broken equipment. Don't know how much that affected things, but Never Assume has got a he's got a fair amount of ability, has flashed in spots.
Yeah, the 5 horse, real nice debut back in late July. Then he rolled off stride the next start out. I believe he was kind of bumpy gated at the finish last time out. The broken equipment likely causing that. It doesn't show an X, but for me, he was very bumpy. So I don't know. Just got him pegged as a fringe player with these. There's that odds-on action coming for the two. Wicked Plan. I'd be surprised if he didn't go away at 1-5, 1-9.
3-5 right now for Wicked Plan, and we'll see if any have a plan to be able to challenge that. Drink Up Muchacho, Wicked Plan on the inside, Sweet and Fast, and Never Assume to the outside, Fire Control, and Master of Fire. Field of 6. It's race number 6. The field for the 6th race is at the start, and Fire Control fired off stride. And now Master of Fire from the outside, Sammy Fillion's going to blast. Wicked Plan on the inside. And Sweet and Fast, Master of Fire is going to come on for Sammy and get the lead. Wicked Plan. And Anthony Hahn is second. Sweet and Fast is third. Drink Up Muchacho fourth, and then Never Assume. Fire Control broke stride early and his way out of it. Master of Fire leads right now. Wicked Plan, though, has a plan, and that plan is to try to come on and grab the lead. Wicked Plan and Anthony Hahn on the move on the outside, right up and early, and it is going to be Wicked Plan to grab the lead. 28-1 opening quarter. Then Master of Fire will be racing the pocket. Sweet and Fast is third, but is about to 5 off the lead. Then it is Drink Up Muchacho and Never Assume, and way back Fire Control. 28-1 opening quarter, and they head their way up towards the half, and it is Wicked Plan who's in control, and Master of Fire is second. Sweet and Fast is third. Drink Up Muchacho, Never Assume, and then further back, and I'm going to assume that Fire Control is out of it, is way back. They race their way on towards 3/4. Wicked Plan with a lead of 2 1/4. Master of Fire, Sweet and Fast, Drink Up Muchacho, and Never Assume positions unchanged, and trailing still Fire Control, and now popping out from 5th. There goes Never Assume, has a lot of work to do, but is up and moving. 127-1 3/4. Wicked Plan, Master of Fire, Sweet and Fast is third. Never Assume on the outside is closing ground. Then Drink Up Muchacho and Fire Control, and they race the way towards the top of the stretch. And it is Wicked Plan. Wicked Plan as they come on down the stretch drive. Fire Control on the outside is coming. It is Wicked Plan and Fire Control, and also driving Never Assume. Never Assume wins it. Then Fire Control and Drink Up Muchacho. 156-4. Never Assume. Well, I guess was good.
Yeah, I mean, aptly named, right? I mean, Never Assume. There's a sure thing in any horse race anywhere. Well, I thought the two, Wicked Plan, would not be beat, so much so that I singled that one up to start to pick 4, but what do I know? Wicked Plan just a little green through the stretch, gave it up, and I'm not even sure if that one stayed on to be third.
Yeah, and, just everything's set up that one would continue, but... Never Assume. We talked about this one. I assumed that Dara would have this one racing better, and we mentioned a little bumpy that start, maybe the broken equipment. Who also was coming was Fire Control, and there's also an inquiry pertaining to that early break of Fire Control. Fire Control finishes second, beaten a length, and that's after being last and with an early break.
Huge final quarter for that one. I mean, 35-1 second. Best finish. The Answer had that one rocking and rolling late. These Exactor tries, Superfectas, and even the late pick 4 now has a shot at paying off, because there's a heavy favorite out of the top 3, what it looks like, and a 9-2 value play starting up the late pick 4.
And the horse is named Never Assume. Well, we also assumed that maybe Sammy's horse, Master of Fire, didn't have any gate speed. Wrong.
Everything I drew up before that race, everything was the complete opposite. Never assume anything, Gary.
Yeah, and fire control, I assumed that one was out of it, as I mentioned after that early break. Well,
Oh
second,
boy, eh?
35 to 1. Well, back in front of us is the winner of race number 6. It's number 5, Never Assume, to 3-year-old Dancin' Lou Bay Gelding by Rod Boyd and Jefferson Davis. Rod Boyd, the trainer. Double barrel. Daryl Thiessen with a double barrel of wins this evening. Second win for Never Assume lifetime. And Never Assume 156 and 4. The inquiry pertains to 6 fire control. Fans, the judges ruling that number 6 fire control did not violate the braking regulations. Sixth race, Pales 5, Never Assume 1130, 670, 480, 6 fire control, 4370 in 1980, and 1 drink up shot show 920, $2 exactor 136.10, dollars fry 598.65, dollar super 1061 dollars 20 cents super 212.20. The sixth race, order of finish from the top, is a 3-4-6 scratch 125. That's 3-4-6 scratch 125.
I'm Natasha Day. I train and drive harness racing horses at London, Ontario. These are my main products that I use in my racehorse barn that are all Omega Alpha, the Biotic 8, the Immune Plus, the Anti-Flam, which is great for the horses after they've had a hard day racing. The Biotic 8, I swear by it. Get all the dapples out, gets the old coat out, gets everything pumping and moving and makes the shine really come out.
Are you dreaming of a career with horses? The Ontario Equine Education and Employment Program is here to help. If you're an Ontario resident, you can take our free course and turn your passion into a profession. And employers can register for the program and receive wage subsidies, 50% for up to 18 weeks, or a maximum of $5,000. It's a win-win for job seekers and businesses alike. Ready to take the reins? Visit OntarioEquineEducation.com today and start your journey in the equine industry.
Field for the 7th on parade. One ladies from Hal Garrett Rooney for Mike Sumner and Shea Sumner. Number 2 is Setting a Precedent, Sammy Filia for Amanda Riley and Martin Kepfer. Number 3 is Salzburg Olympia, Jay Harris for Vern Cochran and Edward Gork. Number 4 is Gentrify, Travis Henry for Vern Cochran and Edward Gork. And 5 is Charmbo Stormy, Austin Surrey for Jared Mann and Ron Nobes. And number 6, Fated Fire, Lauren House for Pam Forgy and Mindley Finding Repco. And number 7, Redland Bethany Jean, Jason Ryan for Tyler Moore and Redland Farms. Let's get a look at this field. And, well, Sugar, we have what you call a difference of opinion in this race, but you're going with Charmbo Stormy, and I certainly respect the kind of season Charmbo Stormy is having.
Right, winner here at the River, 151-3. So could have went a lot of ways. I mean, this is a wide open, top class pacing mares event. I mean, the longest shot, Red Lamb Bethany Jean, might not have as good a chance as the rest of them in here, but beyond her, the inside 6, any one of them more than capable of getting the job done here.
Yeah, and the thing with Charmbo Stormy is just really looked so good here 2 races ago. Blasted out. Last race had post 8, and that was, industry day. A very tough bunch, and this one didn't get, came first up. It just didn't work out well. But Charmbo Stormy was really good in the 2 previous starts, one here and one at Mohawk. So a lot of respect for that choice. And then Jared Mann has a huge win percentage on the year, winning incredibly at about 25% clip, in Austin Surrey, a big year. So Charmbo Stormy actually is sitting as a value at 72. Number 3, Salzburg Olympia, also is one that's coming in really good form. In fact, was in that tough August, the 4th class with Charmbo Stormy, and actually was pretty good, beating only a length to the likes of Shoot the Whiskey in One Last Bet.
She's a great check getter. I mean, she's been 3rd best 10 times in her 2025 season, so she's only missed the board once throughout her chart line since early May. Like, this is consistency you're looking at right here with number 3, Salzburg Olympia.
And then was only 3/4 back behind Charmbo Stormy, also 2 starts ago when Charmbo Stormy won. So Salzburg Olympia is one that has been racing really well. Number 1, Ladies from Hell, one that, definitely can get off the gate. For me, the question always with her is, can she stay on? And the last couple races, 2 races ago at Sarnia, stayed on well in a bottom class, then moved up 1 level last time out and actually came by 1, set the pocket, which is a little different plan for her. I've seen the pocket rides of late a few times, though, but I've also seen this one go to the front and then just try to keep on trucking.
I got to support one for the home team, right? She is known throughout Ontario as the Queen of London. So I got to back her as a top 3 threat.
Yeah, well, you being the London bureau chief, you got to back your own Ladies from Hell 7-1 G money. Mike Sumner certainly always puts up numbers. Look, 392 training percentage on the year, and he's winning. He's got a nice win clip too at about let's say about 28%, because you double the 14 onto you double that, and away you go. So really impressive. Number 2, Setting a Precedent. Well, Sammy Filia, Amanda Riley. And look, Setting a Precedent was a winner at Kawartha 2 starts back. Last race at Mohawk, it was just a 6th. But Setting a Precedent, this is one that was a big earner last year, $94,000.
Indeed, had a great run last season, even over $50,000 this year. But, she went at Kawartha. She looked to find a very easy spot there. I mean, she only paid $210 to win, right? So next time out, she tried the big track, didn't work out. So now she's back to a 5/8 here at the River.
This is one that when you look down the page, racing some good company, and you see 50 and change miles, actually 3 consecutive races of 150 and 2. So Setting a Precedent, and one that, just overall, this is a really nice mare. The one that I took on top is the one the fans went to for Gentrify. Now, they might just be too impressed with 49-4 last time out, in with some tough company, but also 49-4 back in June, and just overall Gentrify is a pretty good 4-year-old mare.
Yeah, she's all right. I likely would have included her here in my picks, but you can't pick them all. But I'm glad you did, and I'm going to wish you good luck with Gentrify. She's showing some sub 50 speed throughout the program lines, and to be honest, she looks fantastic going in behind the gate, Gary.
Well, last Wednesday night, I got a couple picks that I had on top that you didn't have on your top four. Medley, Sealstern, Crazen, Party Boy. Do you remember how that worked out? Winner, Gagnon. Ladies from L setting a precedent on the inside. Salzburg, Olympia, Gentrified, Charmbo, Stormy in the center. To the outside, Faded Fire, and Redland, Bethany Jean. Field of 7, race number 7. They're at the start of the rough, and setting a precedent is going to be setting a pace, and then Ladies from Hell on the inside is going to fill the pocket. Then it is Charmbo, Stormy, Salzburg, Olympia, Gentrify, Faded Fire, and Redland, Bethany Jean. And now there goes Charmbo, Stormy, and Austin Sorry wanting to come on and clear to the front. And Charmbo, Stormy is going to take the lead, setting a precedent second. Ladies from Hell is on the inside and is racing third in front of Salzburg, Olympia. Then it is back to Gentrify, Faded Fire, Redland, Bethany Jean, 7 in a line, 27-1 opening quarter. Charmbo, Stormy, and Austin Sorry leading, setting a precedent. Ladies from Hell is third. They race on past us, and then Salzburg, Olympia. Gentrify is still on the inside and is racing fifth, but now will angle out, and then Faded Fire and Redland, Bethany Jean, but it is Charmbo, Stormy. Then in the pocket as they race their way into the backstretch, that is setting a precedent, and now Gentrify is coming first over, and on the inside, Ladies from Hell following Gentrify. On the outside is Faded Fire. Salzburg, Olympia is locked on the inside at Redland, Bethany Jean now is past that one. Olympia is trailing. Charmbo, Stormy, Gentrify on the outside is getting closer off of 55-4 half. They head to 3/4. Charmbo, Stormy, Gentrify setting a precedent, and Faded Fire, and they fire on up to 3/4, 124-3, and Charmbo, Stormy is strong. Gentrify on the outside, maybe flattened out. We'll see. On the inside is setting a precedent. Faded Fire is out 3 wide at 21-1 as they turn for home. Charmbo, Stormy, Gentrify trying to dig it up the inside is setting a precedent. Charmbo, Stormy setting a precedent. Charmbo, Stormy wins it, setting a precedent second. Then Gentrify and Salzburg, Olympia 152-3. Charmbo, Stormy is having a charming season. 9 wins on the year. And, well, your top one was really strong, Sugar.
Finally picked the winner, and what a price on this mare, Gary. 9-2 with that field. We called it a wide open top class pacing mares event. When I saw 3/4 and 124-3, I knew she'd have lots left for that final quarter. So home and 28 flat, they couldn't get to her. 152-3, good to go. Nice win, nice price.
Yeah, I mean, Gentrify came up alongside, but Charmbo, Stormy just looked really, really strong. And then in the stretch, actually setting a precedent. It's a pretty solid effort because was able to still be digging on the inside. Gentrify has to settle for third, and Salzburg, Olympia actually at least was able to shake loose and get a piece. But that whole race, that was the Charmbo, Stormy show, and got the front and kept going.
Yeah, it's been a really good season for her. You mentioned trainer Jared Mann. She keeps this mare in top form. I mean, did it quite easy, really. Austin just kind of taking his time, buggy riding through the stretch, setting the precedent. We haven't seen too many close up strong through that passing lane at the river this season. So good on setting a precedent actually to come up and go ahead and Gentrify there in the late stages.
Yeah, and the thing, too, with the Charmbo, Stormy is just really can get off the gate. I mean, he doesn't have to race off the lead, but really was strong all the way. I've seen this one race in many different fashions, but the thing also, I'm very impressed with Jared Mann's barn. It's not a huge barn, but he certainly wins at such a high clip.
Yeah, you know what? She finished up strong enough that we just witnessed Austin having a hard time pulling her up. I mean, she was that good tonight. she was for sure on go, and she's pretty frisky on her way back to get her picture taken as well.
Well, she got fired up when Sugar took her on top and then looked over at the tote board and
Yeah.
said, 9-2? Come on, man, I'm better than that. And she is,
Love it.
because there she is, Charmbo Stormy, 7-year-old sports writer, Bay Mare, owned by Ron Nobes of Fergus, Jared Mann, the trainer, Austin Surrey, the winning drive, ninth win on the season, Charmbo Stormy, and Trackside will have the Upper Veterinary Service Group. There's the Upper Grand Veterinary Group out trackside. Great to see the Upper Grand Veterinary Group out in the winner's circle. Seventh race. 5 Charmbo Stormy, $11, 360, 262, setting a precedent, 260, 210 for Gentrify, 230. $2 exactor, 28.10, dollar try, 39.30, dollar super, 71.65, 20-cent super, 14.33. Seventh race, so finish from the top is 7243156. That's 7243156 on the bottom. There's a look at the paddock camera presented by the Ontario Equine Education and Employment Program. Field for the 8th on parade. 1, Waiting on a Woman. Travis Culliver, Jody Cullen, and Ron Cullen. Number 2, Lola Sunshine. Lauren House for Scott McNiven and Bradley McNiven and Tom Broadhurst and Bradley Douglas. Number 3, Chickabell. Sammy Filia for Amanda Riley and Vincenzo Strangis. Number 4 is Plaisir. Jason Ryan for Kayla Henry and Natalie Willette. Number 5 is Quiet Assurances. Bruce Richardson for Renee Dion. And number 6, La Petite Gray. It's Austin Surrey for Francis Guillemette and Michelle Letard. It's a field of 6, race number 8. Let's look at number 3, Chickabell. Sammy Filia, Amanda Riley. Well, the recent form at Mohawk is just okay, but the speed compares well in here.
Yep, some pretty good final quarters throughout the chart lines for this one. A four-time winner this season. Does have a victory at Woodbine Mohawk Park in 53-1, but it's been a long time between drinks, right? For this one, hitting the winners are looking very sharp though. Coming out of the post parade, not sure if there's any gate speed to work with, but we know Sammy, right? If she does have any gate speed at all, he'll be timing it.
One of the ways that I like to try to determine who's the top ones in a race is dollars per start on the season. The 1, 3, and 5 are very similar in that vein, and then the 2, 4, and 6 are all not doing well at all in terms of dollars per start. So it looks like the odd numbers have the advantage in here, and of those odd numbers, Chickabell, 38,021 starts compares nicely. It's just got to find a little gate speed, though. But you know what? We've seen Sammy get them off the gate tonight.
100%. I mentioned likely no one better than timing that gate at the river with speed threats. That's how he does it. That's how he puts them in play, and he's gotten quite good at it this season.
Nice.
Waiting on a woman on the rail, though. She's going to have a say, right?
Yeah. And I like this 3 purchase-wise. 10,500 yearling purchase that's already made 213,000 lifetime. So certainly a 4-year-old that returned on the investment. Number 1, Waiting on a Woman, is one out of the power barn of Jody Cullen that's got 8 wins on the year, twice as many on the season as Chickabell.
Waiting on a Woman, she's been around a while, but I thought, I looked at her age, but she's only a 5-year-old, daughter of Custard the Dragon. She came in out of Alberta. She was bred by the late Keith Clark. Of course, he was a Hall of Fame horseman. And, oh, yes, I remember the old mare Barossa, the dam of this one, a daughter of Collector Rowe. Barossa was a top-class mare out in Alberta. She loved to be on or near the lead. And this one kind of fits the same kind of bill. Waiting on a Woman, likes to be on or near the lead. And she's been right there in her latest 2, a first and a second, and right now an 8-5 second choice.
Waiting on a Woman is likely going to stay somewhere in that range, with Chickabell being the favorite. And then number 2, Lola Sunshine. You didn't follow my thoughts on having the 3 odd numbers. You went to Lola Sunshine.
Nope.
Well, you know what? For good reason, because last race at Clinton was a pretty solid second. 58-3. Clinton's not the fastest of surfaces.
No, not at all. I mean, that's a big mile over Clinton, and that's after missing a few months of racing action, right? She took June and July off to freshen up for a late summer, fall push, and to be second best, 58 speed over Clinton, behind Harper's hat trick. At that, Harper's hat trick, a very nice pacer up around Clinton Way. So Lola Sunshine for me, I've got all kinds of time for her in here. 9-1. Got her pegged as a top 3 threat. Wouldn't surprise me to see her finish even better than that. I can't see her winning, but a deuce is possible.
Another one that is coming in off of a second place here. Second at Mohawk, 55-1. Good final quarter.
Yeah, she's all right, but you know what? She's been an 8-claimer in each of her last 2. And you know what? Lola Sunshine, you'll never see that one in an 8-claimer throughout the program lines. And Chickabell even. There's no $8,000 claiming lines in that But I guess that's why she's 25-1, Gary.
I went to Quiet Assurances third, and I mentioned that those three, 1, 3, and 5, are much better in the dollars per start. Quiet Assurances, Dresden and Clinton Miles were decent.
Tell you what, at 9-1, Gary, she can leave like a rocket ship. She might beat the three out of there. Bruce wants to send this one. That's his best shot with her, and she's got a great price going for her.
So you're saying Quiet Assurances might make some noise. It's Waiting on a Woman,
Let's
Lola
go.
Sunshine, Chickabel Placer, Quiet Assurances, and Le Petit Gray. Sugar's ready, I'm ready, let's get at it. Field of 6 nearing the start, and they're off. And Quiet Assurances is going to come stomping out and make a lot of early noise. And then Chickabel, and then Waiting on a Woman, Lola's Sunshine. Then it is back further to place here in Le Petit Gray. The odd numbers have the top 3 positions. Quiet Assurances at 11-1 is Loud Early, leads by 2. Then Chickabel second. Waiting on a Woman is third. Then it is back to Lola's Sunshine, place here in Le Petit Gray. And Quiet Assurances at 11-1 has got the lead. Bruce Richardson, 27-1 opening quarter. Now we'll look to pick up a second panel breather, but this one looks really strong on top right now. And then Chickabel is second. Waiting on a Woman is third. Lola Sunshine, place here in Le Petit Gray. And they head up towards the half off a 27-1 opening quarter. Quiet Assurances. Chickabel, though, is right there watching Quiet Assurances, staying close enough to pounce, and it's a lively half of 58 as they race, 55 as they race their way on towards 3/4. Quiet Assurances and Chickabel, and they race their way heading to that 3/4 mile marker. Waiting on One is third, then Lola's Sunshine, place here Le Petit Gray. But Quiet Assurances just keeps on going. Quiet Assurances shows no signs of quieting down just yet. And then it is Chickabel and Waiting on a Woman, Lola's Sunshine, Le Petit Gray, and place here 3/4, 123 and 4, and Quiet Assurances and Chickabel, Lola's Sunshine, Waiting on a Woman, Le Petit Gray, and then place here on down the stretch 5. Quiet Assurances has done all the work, but here comes Chickabel. Quiet Assurances and Chickabel. Quiet Assurances did all the work and is going to get rewarded. Chickabel was second. Lola's Sunshine, Waiting on a Woman, 153 and 3. Quiet Assurances, you said, let's go, and well, Bruce listened.
Oh, did he send her and reward it with a new lifetime best? I mean, this mare has never been better. And, you know, I should have took a little closer look. I mean, I can remember her now. Back in April, she was winning over London in 156 flat, Gary. This is a really nice mare who's sort of come back to herself now, and she was very brave on the front end and swelling up, actually, for Bruce. Down the back stretch, she was going a pretty good clip. So wonderful to see. Nice little mare that can leave, like I said, like a rocket ship.
Yeah, sometimes you'll get a horse wire a field where they steal one off the top. He didn't steal it off the top. Quiet Assurances, she earned it off the top.
Oh, definitely. She put up some ambitious early fractions. She had a heavy favorite, pocket riding all the way that could not go by in the stretch. I mean, she got very brave, as mentioned, just kind of full of herself. And Bruce gets along great with this mare.
Yeah, and, you know, I thought he was going to be looking for a second panel breather. Yeah, 27 and 4 second panel is not that much of a breather.
No, didn't bother shutting things down. I mean, when a horse is on go, why bother trying to mess around and rate? I mean, she was, like I said, full of herself. She wanted to do this tonight, and great to see her going home with a new speed badge.
Yeah, the ears are up, and she's saying, they're talking about me. That was a lot of fun.
I mean, this superfecta is likely going to come back great. Even the try. I mean, the plays here, $8,000 claimer in against Quiet Assurances. I'm shaking my head now why I put the 4 in there for fourth over the 5. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 5 all day after looking and remembering her winning in London during the spring.
Yeah, and it's not, you know, Chickabel 1-5. It's not that she raced bad. It's just she ran into a horse that was on fire and couldn't track that one down. Chickabel actually raced well.
She did too. I mean, she's second best right there, 53 and change. But for me, quiet assurances, nice job, and Bruce on the lead at the river, heck of a job.
Well, he cheers for the right hockey team. That's why. Go Maple Leafs! Coming back in front of us, number 5, Quiet Assurances. 4-year-old Control the Moment Brown Bear, owned by Gaston Goyette. Rene Dion is the trainer. Bruce Richardson with the winning drive. New career best, 153 and 3. 7th win on the season, 13th lifetime. Quiet Assurances made a lot of noise in the 8th. Eighth race payouts, number 5, Quiet Assurances, 2420 for 83.50. 3, Chickabell, 210, 2 Lola Sunshine, 450. $2 Exactor, 42.10. Dollar Try, 61.95. Dollar Super, 100, 24.45. Eighth race. Order finished from the top. 432-516. That's 432-516. Field for the ninth race on parade 1 is Lacour Chapeau Austin Story for Mike Rivet and Gary Silifant. Number 2, Nasty Reputation, Gary Rivet for Ashley and Matthew Rivet Bohannic. And 3, Dangerous Curves, Tyler Moore for Rod Boyd of McCann Stables. 4 is Rambert and Rose, Sammy Filia for Pat Rouleau and Stephanie DiPietro and Don Carswell and Henry Vertoli. 5 is Shady Memories, Nick Stewart for Ryan Stewart and Lisa Stewart and Noah Stewart. Number 6, Pennies Noir, Daryl Thiessen for John Kennedy and Valerie Phillips. Number 7, Miss Sophia Rose, Lauren House for Patrick Bissett and William Brown. And number 8 is Red Dirt Hot Shot, Jason Rye for Jacob Roberts and Russ Ellis, Field of 8, race number 9. Well, Sugar, the final dash featuring a super high 5. How about nailing down a super high 5 for us? And Dangerous Curves is actually the one that I took on top last time out. That didn't go well. Finished 7th.
Yeah, I mean, made a move when racing up close, was left first up around 3/4. So what I'm hoping for this time around is maybe to jet to the lead and take no prisoners.
That sounds like a good plan. I mean, I had that plan last time out. It just didn't work for me. But look, this is one that's winless on the air. But I spoke to Tyler Moore earlier on before the evening started, and Dangerous Curves, one that Tyler's driving out. I got a lot of time for Tyler Moore. I've talked to him many times. And Dangerous Curves,
real good fella.
Yeah, well, those Maritimers, they all tend to be almost acceptable. But Dangerous Curves, this is one that I've seen in the past race. Well, it hasn't been nearly as good a year, but, this is what I call the remedial class. They've earned their way in here, so you're not going to get a lot in the way of form on any of them, and this one certainly does have a decent overall shot. Number 4, Ram Baron Rose. Boy, the form's a little light on this one as well, but one that was really competitive last year.
Here's one that Sammy is going to send. 6-time winner last year. Yeah, you're right, Busy last year, too, 51 starts and a 6, 8, and 14 record, banked 40 grand. Seasons mark over London. If she wins tonight, it's going to be a new seasons mark. Again, I think Sammy sends this one, leaving pretty much behind the car. She's going to be in play, and she's a must-play for this high 5.
A really sound veteran. 51 starts last year, 30 this year. Just keeps on going. And number 5, Shady Memories, is one that, has been a fringe player. But, the one thing, 7 wins on the year for Shady Memories. And when you look at some of the others, Dangerous Curves, Ophir, and Rambert and Rose has 1. Shady Memories. And look at the tote board, the middle of the tote board, kind of all balanced, in Shady Memories at 5-1.
Yeah, and she was finishing huge last time out. I mean, looking for a seat early, parking through a hot early quarter, and then she's 11 lengths back at the half, but she's 4th by 2 at the finish. I mean, they went a blazing quick half for that kind of field, but Shady Memories, lots to build on off of that the latest effort where she was passing many horses and coming home great late.
I should mention this is my top one, and Ryan Stewart's having a good year, a 309 training average. Yeah. Number 7, Miss Sophia Rose, is one that actually, the winner was gone a bit, but Miss Sophia Rose came from 5th at the top of the stretch to be 2nd last time out.
Yeah, another one that is going in the right direction. Miss Sophia Rose, daughter of Big Jim with the Big Deuce in the latest. She was a beaten favorite on that occasion, and tonight you're getting a bit of a price, 6-1. I got her pegged as a top 4 player for the high 5, but you know what? I wouldn't be surprised to see her do better than that.
Red Dirt Hot Shot, you threw this one on the bottom of the ticket. At least this is one that's been racing in the straight 8s and not the bottom class. Now, the thing is, first start of the year, so you got to take a bit of a flyer.
That's all I'm doing here. The qualifier says she's good to go. She's home in 28-1 over the river. and a decent back half as well. I mean, she's coming home a back half in 57 and change after missing some serious time. So, not saying she could win, but she could definitely find her way into the high five.
You know who I threw on my ticket, and I'm just wondering. Number one, Le Chapeau. This is one that
Yeah.
won back-to-back races in Flamborough, but in April, and since then, nothing. And it's been off a while. Now maybe freshened up. Austin, sorry, maybe it's time to blast.
Well, I'll tell you what, if she can find that 56 speed that she showed over Flamborough back in April, she's a big player here, but she's got to reverse that form big time.
And right now, she needs to move in behind the gate a little closer, but there's still lots of
Yeah.
time as the field of 8 for the ninth and final dash is moving into position. Field for the ninth race. Is all up on the gate and at the start in the rough, and getting out quickest of all right now is Penny's Noir, Shady Memories, and also Rember and Rose and Dangerous Curves. It is right now Rember and Rose and Dangerous Curves, but Dangerous Curves, when they get to the first curve, has got the lead. Rember and Rose into the pocket. Shady Memories third. Penny's Noir on the outside. Nasty Reputation, Liqueur Chapeau, Miss Sophia Rose, and Red Dirt Hotshot is trailing the field. Dangerous Curves at 4-1 has the lead for Tyler Moore as they race their way off the turn. Dangerous Curves racing position second. Ramber and Rose, then Shady Memories and Penny's Noir. Then it's a gap of a couple. Nasty Reputation. Then it is back to Liqueur Chapeau. Trailing pair, Miss Sophia Rose and Red Dirt Hotshot off at 27-4 opening quarter. Dangerous Curves and Tyler Moore is on top. Ramber and Rose is in a good spot. And then Shady Memories to the inside third, and may have to stay on the inside because Penny's Noir is going to come first over him. Then Nasty Reputation, Liqueur Chapeau, Miss Sophia Rose, and Red Dirt Hotshot. 56-4 halftime, 29 seconds, second panel. Dangerous Curves at 4-1. Leads and Rambaran Rose is racing position second. Penny's Noir, Shady Memories, Nasty Reputation, Liqueur Chapeau, Red Dirt Hotshot, and Miss Sophia Rose. 1:25 the three-quarter time. Dangerous Curves as they race the way to the top of the stretch. Dangerous Curves, Rambaran Rose, and Shady Memories, and then Penny's Noir, Nasty Reputation. They turn from, and there goes Rambaran Rose now popping off the perfect trip in the pocket. And Rambaran Rose is rolled by Dangerous Curves, but here comes Shady Memories. Shady Memories on the outside is going to win. Rambaran Rose second, then Penny's Noir, Nasty Reputation, and close for fifth, 1:55-2. Shady Memories. Now 8 wins on the season, and, was close enough and then was able to pounce in the late action sugar.
Nice top pick, Gary. I mean, pretty slick steer there by Nick Stewart, too. He just pounced on them late. He had, the 3 Dangerous Curves, she had no finish in her. I might have held 5th in a high five. So it was coming down to Rambaran Rose, Shady Memories, who was going to have the best late push. Turns out it was Shady Memories. And, again, nice call, Gary.
Well, and look, your top 3 were 3, 4, 5, and just that the Dangerous Curves ran out of gas badly. But Shady Memories and Rambaran Rose, it was those 2, and then a gap to the next one, Penny's Noir and Daryl Thiessen. But I thought for a minute it was Rambaran Rose, and then I could tell that, Shady Memories is coming now. And not only that, I mean, one of the things in this class, you just look at some of these ones have been struggling to win. This is the one in the whole list that has not been struggling. Of the rest of the field, the most wins is Liqueur Chapeau with 2, and then there's some 1s and 0s, and there's Shady Memories now making it 8.
Well, here's the thing. You can add up all the wins for the remainder of the field this season. They still wouldn't total the 7 victories that Shady Memories has. And you know what? At 5-1, great price on the end of tonight's card. She's going to top the high five here, and Nasty Reputation at 45-1 is going to sweeten up this high five payoff.
Yeah, I had the top 3 right, 5, 4, 6, but I did not have definitely did not have nasty reputation. And yet this is actually one that you could use. The record's been light this year, but last year was good. It's just, once you get into this bottom class, it's tough to nail it down. I'll settle with just getting the top three.
No, well, you did well to pick out the top three there, Gary. I didn't mind the 4 and 5, but there was no 6 for me, and definitely no 2 as well.
Listen, no Friday night. I mean, if you want to practice, you could just, work on things. But we'd be back Monday night, Sugar.
Sounds good. Feet are going up for a few days. We'll catch you Monday.
That'll work. 5, 4, 6, 2, 3. Back in front of us, 5. Shady Memories, 7-year-old Shady Shark Hanover Bay mare, owned by Lisa Stewart and Noah Stewart. Ryan Stewart, the trainer. Nicholas Stewart, the winning drive. 8th win for Shady Memories this year and 25th lifetime. Mile of 155 and 2. The 9th race payouts. 5 Shady Memories, $13.70. 5.70, 3.10. 4 Rambaran Rose, $4.260. 6 pennies to moi, $2.60. $2 exactor, $40.10. $1 try, $45.90. The 20-cent high 5, $815.43. Double of 5 and 5, $186.70. Dollar pick 3, $629.65. Dollar pick 4, $3,800, $30.25. 20-cent pick 4 was $766.05. Ninth race order finish from the tops at 845-2-1-3-7-6 on the bottom. Once again from the top down, 845-2-1-3-7-6 on the bottom. Well, fans, that concludes the live harness racing program for this Wednesday evening. Remember, no racing action this Friday. We take this Friday off, and we'll be back on Monday with the first dash of 6:20 p.m. Buenas noches, amigos. There's a look at the photo for 5th. Dangerous Curves did hold on for 5th over Rendered Hotshot. And, well, good night, everybody. Buenas noches, amigos. Good night, Josie Bean.